Alright, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and well, to say it shortly here, YouTube finally got me. It's very rarely that I ever have to deal with an issue here on YouTube like this. I'm pretty good about remaining within like the copyright limits. I'm very good about remaining within community guideline limits. I can only remember maybe a handful of times where any of my content has ever been age restricted, has ever violated any guideline or anything like that, and it's definitely not been that many times something like that's happened. And unfortunately, I'm not the only one this has happened to, and I'm basically going to be talking about this issue. I don't know if this is a glitch or if YouTube is testing some sort of like background thing with all of this, right? Like they've got new policies or like some sort of new AI. I don't really know. There's absolutely zero communication from YouTube on this entire thing here. That's pretty cool. I gotta say, I really appreciate that too. You know, it's really nice that when you reach out to YouTube on Twitter and you like actually try to talk to them about, problems that you're having on their website, stuff like that. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. We'll take a look at the review or the response that I got. I finally did find it, of course. It was an automated response that is not going to help because, well, I've already done what they told me to do before they even told me to do what it was that I'm supposed to do. But anyway, so I made a video just a few days ago about Battlefield 2042 and how I thought that it proved a ongoing trend in the gaming industry to be true, where, games are overpromising on all of these different fronts about how it's going to be so great. Then when it comes out, it's just completely lackluster in content. People hate it. Battlefield 2042 is one of the worst received Call of Duty Battlefield games of all time. And this video was age restricted late at night, actually. So it was like 1 in the morning today. This is January 19th when I finally saw this, but this video was turned to 18 plus only. The monetization was limited, aka it pretty much was shut down. If you have 18 only visibility, you're not getting very good ads, and plus, it completely kills all of the momentum of a video when this kind of thing happens. Obviously, a lot of people who use YouTube, they are not signed in, so they don't care about commenting, they don't care about subscribing. They are simply here to watch videos or to scroll the website and see something that interests them and click on it, and that's what they're here for. So this means that you have to be signed in to even access my video, which cuts a pretty good demographic of people out. It probably kills all of its momentum in the algorithm. Actually, no, I'm sorry, as you'll be able to see from this graph here, yeah, it pretty much completely kills the video browse features where, the majority of your views and recommendations will come from is completely cut. So that's pretty cool. This was actually a pretty high-performing video for me. It was doing very well over the couple days that it had been available and everything, so I love to see the fact that one of my videos that was doing well was just completely smacked down by YouTube, and this was because of a community guidelines violation, according to YouTube, right? So they, I guess, watched back through, and it was confirmed by review that this was an age-restricted video. And the reason I know that it was confirmed by manual review is because they had to watch it for ad suitability, meaning that somebody supposedly watched it themselves and determined this video not only was demonetizable, but was also a complete violation of community guidelines. The worst that happened in this video is I played some Minecraft. I also played Clownfield 2042 for a short period of time, which is a Roblox-esque first-person shooter. I cussed a lot talking about Battlefield. I said a lot of fucks, a lot of shits, things like that, right? And that's pretty much it, right? So they didn't tell me, of course, what guideline was actually violated, because if they, actually had to go through, take the time to tell me what I did wrong, they'd look fucking stupid, because this was an absolute mistake, okay? And I understand YouTube makes mistakes, but dude, this is so common now. This is becoming a legitimate problem. Literally like 3 weeks ago, there was a glitch where it looked like almost half of all of my videos were being demonetized, which obviously led me to think that, well, half of my income is pretty much fucked now. And of course, this was thankfully just a glitch. But regardless, these kinds of things are unacceptable. YouTube is one of the biggest websites on the planet. These are things you would think they'd be able to fix. You don't have these kinds of issues on a lot of other websites. And of course, the fact of the matter is I was not told what rule that I broke, okay? So YouTube has a lot of community guidelines. There's a lot of things that they cover in it. These basically are like the rules and the etiquette of the website here. So thankfully, I wasn't told what I did wrong, because, when you punish me by age restricting my video and putting a community guideline warning on me for, this entire thing, there's no reason to actually tell me what I did wrong, because like if I actually knew what kind of behavior was supposedly so bad that it had to age restrict my content, that would give me a chance to change, you know? That give me a chance to maybe not do that again in a video so I don't have any problems with YouTube. And it would only be like the fair and rightful thing to do. Usually when, like if you're a parent, just ground your kid, right? They ask you, hey, what did I do wrong? And you just say, you violated one of these 46 rules that we have. And your kid says, okay, well, which one did I violate, Dad? And you just look at him and say, you violated one of these 46 rules that we have. And that's the only thing you fucking say to him, you know? That's great parenting, right? If you're getting fired at your job, okay? I shouldn't say fired, it's not a fair, I guess, equation here, but let's say you get a write-up at work for acting wrong, okay? You go to your manager, hey, what did I do wrong? You know, did I swear at a customer? Did I say something wrong? Did I mess up one of the pizzas? Like, what happened? And they just look at you and they say, you violated one of the rules. Okay, well, which rule did I violate so I know not to do that again? Well, you violated one of the rules, Optimus. You wouldn't want to get fired now, would you? Thankfully, this is not the biggest deal. I am kind of just complaining about a first world problem and just bitching and moaning, but it's just absolutely fucking annoying. This isn't something I should have to deal with regardless. And unfortunately, it is happening to other creators as well, because, you know, it's always cool when this entire thing happens and then you find out that, you know, everyone else is also dealing with it too. So thankfully, you do get to appeal the decision and everything here. You get to, like, say if they give you a community guidelines warning or whatnot, you get to appeal. I did, of course, appeal this because I don't believe that this video violated a guideline. And let's go ahead and go through the guidelines, because there's only one I can think of that this video may have been in danger of, but I want to address YouTube about that real quick. So, all right, so here's a pretty good list, I guess, of community guidelines and everything that you can take a look at. It goes from, you know, election misinformation, vaccine misinformation, firearms, you know, spam and deceptive practices, impersonation, fake engagement, child safety, suicide, nudity, vulgar language. And obviously, almost every single one of these doesn't really address anything possible. I guess, you know, if a Battlefield dev got really offended, they could call it harassment and cyberbullying. But to be real with you, I don't think criticizing developers and shitting on an objectively terrible product is harassment and cyberbullying. If I can't say these developers fucking suck, then that's kind of an issue, I think, at least. I think a lot of people would have a problem with that too. So the only one I can think of at all is just vulgar language, right? There's nothing else here that really, I guess, really lines up, right? Obviously, I'm not promoting Al-Qaeda in the video, so it's not a violent criminal organization or something. So vulgar language, okay? I did swear a lot in the video, probably a little bit more than I do on average, but if YouTube has such an issue with vulgar language, then they really need to explain why monetization openly allows for you to swear. So there's basically this checklist when you monetize a YouTube video where you can self-report things. So like if I use Call of Duty, I can say, hey, this gameplay is a mature rated game. It's got shooting, guns, blood. That of course is thankfully considered safe for advertising because it's not a problem. But say if it was like a video where I was like in a game ripping someone in half and eating their organs or something, obviously that's a little gory. YouTube apparently would have a problem with that, right? Same thing goes for swearing. Swearing and foul language is literally the first tick on the drop-down boxes. And the first option that's safe allows you moderate amounts of swearing, you know, light swearing, they call it, or whatever. And then there's the limited, I guess, monetization, but still some, where you could have said like some crazy shit. You could have went off the rails and said some like fucking, I guess, bad cuss words. And then like, you know, the super bad ones that just straight out demonetize you. Racial slurs, pretty much, like super offensive cuss words, things like that. In pretty much every YouTube video I have uploaded for years, I have said the word fuck or shit or damn, bitch, things like that, right? It has never been a problem on YouTube before. In fact, I have a YouTube partner manager that watches my videos. There's never been a problem there, right? Most of my videos are monetized, even with swearing. So if YouTube all of a sudden now is having a problem with the amount of swearing, then they need to update shit. And even then, I'm still guessing whether or not that's the problem. I don't know for sure because these motherfuckers won't even tell me, bro. And apparently this is becoming an issue for other creators too. So before this happened to me, this happened to another commentator, Nicholas Diorio. So he made a video talking about about leaks and whatnot that happened with a YouTuber by the name of Creepshow Art. And his video had the same exact thing that happened to me happen to him. They did not tell him what guideline he violated in his video, but yet they told him that he violated one of them, and he, was being punished. He's being a bad boy. I believe the video was also age restricted, just like mine was. And this has now happened to another creator as well. So it's not just me and Nick that this has happened to at this point. This also happened with another YouTuber by the name of Repzion. Repzion's video was also about Creepshow Art, and I guess like the terrible video or whatever that she put out. Honestly, I'm not caught up on the entire drama. I need to research it, I guess. I don't know. But another video also about Creepshow Art had the same thing happened that Nicholas Diorio and I also suffered from. So at this point, people were kind of concerned about whether or not like Creep or whatever was causing this to happen, but if so, obviously Creepshow Art's channel should be facing like insane repercussions, which from my knowledge, her channel is not. And also, it doesn't address the fact that my video was literally about Battlefield 2042, so a completely different topic. It's not like they're targeting people just around this or whatever. It's just happening across the board, it seems like. So it leads me to believe that this is one of two things. Either A, and this is probably most likely, this is a glitch in the system. This is happening, for some reason it's saying that people are manually reviewing this and whatnot when they're not, and this is just some sort of fuck up and, YouTube once again is not addressing it in the best way. Or two, they're working on something in the back end, some sort of algorithm change or something that is, I guess, not working or is either working too well. If it's working too well, obviously that would be a problem for commentary channels. And if it's not working well, obviously it's a problem because, well, it's introduced into the wild and it's just hitting creators' videos at random. So nobody knows what it is. YouTube, of course, will not communicate what the fuck's going on here. I really don't want this to happen to any more of my content, considering that if that video could have been hit, any single one of my videos could be hit. Either way, it's an issue that needs to be addressed. But it's okay, Team YouTube has jumped to the rescue here. Thanks for reaching out. If your content was age restricted, you should have received an email with additional details. You have the option of filing an appeal if you think that this was done in error. More info here. Hope this helps. Okay. Well, it doesn't help, just like pretty much none of their replies ever help. The option of filing an appeal was taken immediately, so I gotta wait for this, I guess, for YouTube to hopefully figure it out and realize that they were wrong. And I should have received an email with additional details, which for some reason doesn't address the fact of the matter of why is YouTube Studio promoted as like the #1 resource for creators to know everything about their channel when you have to communicate these problems with me via email. You can't give me a fucking listing in YouTube Studio. You can't tell me on your website what happened, even on the notice that I got, right? Like on the little pop-up or whatever here. Oh wait, actually, literally as of me recording this video, I only found out that my appeal was actually denied, okay? So they didn't tell me that my appeal was denied when I've looked at this 4 times to record this video in YouTube Studio, but literally within mere minutes of me actually appealing this decision at 2 o'clock in the morning, YouTube magically also confirmed that the video was going to be age restricted. So this has supposedly been watched and reviewed multiple times and is just so bad that the whole thing just, it has to be age restricted, man. So it looks like my fight with YouTube is just fucked. I don't know what else to do at this point. They've actually apparently reviewed it, and the entire thing is just, it's too bad, man. It can't be handled. So I don't know. I guess I'm fucked. Fuck my video. So it basically, yeah, it comes down this way, man. I'm pretty sure there wasn't actually even really a review done. I'm pretty sure it was just some bullshit, so they did send me an email, thankfully, letting me know that everything happened. Thank you. You're right. I did get the email. Thankfully, though, you guys failed your appeal process once again. That was pretty cool. So I don't know at this point, man. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @subtooptimus. Make sure to check out Shop Opti down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, well, getting age restricted and signing out.